it doesn't necessarily matter that they learn it all in order. What
Uh-huh.
matters is that we help them see that there is an order.
I know that a lot of families, they feel like teaching history chronologically is important. How do you do that with a unit study?
Well, so what I would actually say is that it's not as important as sometimes we think it is. You could do it with a unit study, but the way that I would say we accommodate for that desire in a unit study is you put a timeline up. And what you can do is when you're learning about, say, World War One or the creation of the steam locomotive or a diesel engine, then what you can do is you just put that on your timeline. And really, what younger kids need to learn is that something happened before something else,
Hmm.
and then something else happened later.
Right.
So that really is what they're needing to learn is that there's first this, then this,
Hmm.
order of events. Like you have to stir your cake batter before you put it in there, or it's not going to make a cake.
Yeah.
So they, if you do your timeline, that's one of the best ways to do it.
Okay.
Also, as they get when they're that young, they really don't have a great concept of time. And when you're talking to a 7-year-old, you might see that, everything might be yesterday, not a 7-year-old, but it's harder for them to see these large, they can't really comprehend what last year is, or,
Right.
or they'll say, when I was a kid, and they're
Right.
6, things like that. So it doesn't necessarily matter that they learn it all in order. What
Uh-huh.
matters is that we help them see that there is an order. And then when they get older, they have that to filter in, oh, yeah, there was an order. And we'll remember World War One came before World War Two.
Hmm.
But when they're 8, that's really enough. It doesn't necessarily matter that they learned about World War One first,
Right.
because it doesn't, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
If you're truly learning how World War One then spilled into or affected World War Two, then it would matter. But
Yeah.
oftentimes it just doesn't really.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm thinking through timelines and I'm thinking, where would you find a timeline that would be fitting for that? I know that Answers in Genesis has a timeline. I'll have to look at it. Do you have a good suggestion for that?
Well, yeah, you know what we did? We strung a piece of string with 2 nails across
Hmm.
the room in our house. You could do a hallway, you can do your dining room, you can do your kid's bedroom, and then get index cards, a
Uh-huh.
pack for 75 cents. And you I liked paper clips because
Hmm.
you can move it however you want to. Take a picture of grandma, put grandma on your timeline. Take a picture of mom and dad and grandma and grandpa together when they got married and all your siblings. Write the year and stick that paper clip up there on your timeline so you have just an order of events.
Hmm.
You can move it however you want to. When you learn about the creation of a steam engine,
Hmm.
have your kiddo draw a picture of a steam engine. You write steam engine,
Yeah.
1874.
Love
I'm
that.
totally making up that year. Don't fact check me.
I won't.
And then stick it up there. And when you use it like that, it's super cheap.
Yeah.
It's super easy. If you have to move a lot, it's very easy to take down and move. And then your child, again, has a connection to it
Right.
because they have a picture that they put up there. If you are one of those moms who's a little bit of a perfectionist, draw your own pictures or find a little picture of a steam locomotive yourself on the
Yeah.
internet and then stick it up there on your timeline. So you don't have to purchase one that has all of your topics because
Yeah.
remember, with the unit study, you're going to be choosing.
Yeah.
So you can pick what is the most important thing that you want to put on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how we did a timeline, and we loved it that way.
That's
And we
awesome.
moved several times, and it was really easy to
And it
move.
just